everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. Are you in the unenviable position of being married to a narcissist? Are you simultaneously learning about and drowning in somebody else's narcissism at the same time? If this is you, I want to talk to you in today's video. I want to tell you some things that I wish I had known when I was at your point. Nobody marries a narcissist intentionally. For the gigantic majority of us, we don't even know what narcissism is when we get married. At almost any point in my marriage, if you had asked me what narcissism was, I would have told you it was somebody who was vain. Somebody who thought they were good looking. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they're certainly high on themselves. That's what narcissism would have been to me. I had no idea that there was this entity, and that's what it is. Narcissism is an entity. Narcissistic personality disorder. It will someone else's narcissistic personality disorder will overtake your life. It will change your world forever. So 100% of us deal with this. The shock, the horror, it's unbelievable. And it's probably in some ways the worst thing that could happen to you. And it's going to happen to all of us. One day it's going to show up, and that's how we find out about it. It gets bad enough. It hurts bad enough that we go looking for answers, or maybe somebody helps us out and we discover narcissism, and then there's a dividing line in your world at that point. There's a before and an after. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about some things that will help you as you move forward. This isn't about getting a divorce, staying, and anything like that. This video is solely giving you some information, some things that I wish I knew. Because regardless of whatever happens, you're going to have to keep moving step by step. So if this is you, you will be smart to do what's best for you, what's best for your children. Not implying that you wouldn't do that. But this is part of understanding narcissism. There's no we, it's you. You have to start making decisions with your own best interests first, because the narcissist will not. So the first thing that I want to say before I really get too far into the video is this: it's going to be okay. I know it probably feels like it isn't. I understand that, and I'm not going to be able to tell you that there's not going to be painful moments as you move forward, but it is going to be okay. So let's kind of go through this together. Just a few things for you to consider so that as you're making decisions with the best information. The first thing that I want to tell you, and I understand a lot of what I'm going to say, some of you are going to disagree with everything I'll say, or because there was a point when I was going through this where I wouldn't have wanted to hear a video like this because I was in complete denial. So the reality is, for all of us, we're at different places, but just consider what I have to say. Narcissists don't change. I think people who are married to narcissists are eternal optimists. The reason I say that is because how many of you have heard the statistic that 99% of narcissists don't change, but we always hear that 1% do, right? So I know when I heard that statistic, there was no doubt I had the 1%. We all have the 1%. All of us believe at some point that we have the 1% and they're going to change and everything's going to be okay. I put everything on that. Of course he was going to change. It was actually a relief to me when I first found out about narcissism, because prior to that, I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on in my own life. It was just, I tried to understand. My brain could not wrap around the things my husband would do. It was like he would literally do the worst possible thing, the most painful thing to everybody else. And I was like, why would he do that? I could not, because he would tell me how much he loves me, and then he would do these things that would hurt. It was just incredible. So when I found out about narcissism, it was a relief, because I thought, oh, here's the answer. Well, he can change. Of course he can change. I would want to change, wouldn't you, if you were like this? And I'm picturing him learning about this, hearing this, and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And he would change immediately because he would feel so bad. I had no clue that the reality is that the narcissist doesn't change, but I had to. We are the ones that have to change. And that's good, ultimately, because we can't make anybody else change, but we can change. We can learn, we can adapt, we can grow, we can make better decisions. We can do anything that we want, but we can't make a narcissist change. Another thing that I want to tell you that's hard to hear, but it's important to at least consider that what I'm telling you could possibly be true. If we're talking about a narcissist, somebody who truly has narcissistic personality disorder, high narcissistic traits, they don't have the ability to love or have empathy, or at least limited empathy. This is the thing. This is who a narcissist really is, all right? This is somebody that doesn't have the ability to feel for anybody else. They don't have the ability to put anybody above themselves. Consider if this was you. Think about you. So say you have 2 kids, but you actually don't love them. You really, you like having kids because you fit in with everybody else and you can talk about your kids, and especially when they make you proud, you love that. But really, truly, deeply, you don't have the ability. It's an act. You're an actor, essentially. And narcissists are good actors because they are not like us. They have to, so because they don't have empathy, because they don't have they don't have the ability to love the way that we do, they have to pretend. So for narcissists, it's kind of like, all right, my child's birthday is tomorrow. Birthdays are happy. I have to put on my happy face because it's a birthday and I'm supposed to be happy. That's what they have to do as a narcissist goes through life. They have to pretend to be a husband, a wife, or a wife. That's what the narcissist does. They have to pretend they're somebody that they aren't because they want to fit in. They want to be able to, say everyone around them is married. Well, they wouldn't be married. Everyone has a kid. Well, they have to have a kid. But the narcissist isn't truly in it. That was very difficult for me. It was less difficult for me to feel upset about understanding my husband didn't truly love me. It was shocking for me. And even now, still, I have a hard time with it but he doesn't love his kids. But that's the narcissist. They're I don't want to say mentally ill. They don't have the emotional aptitude that we have, and it stunts them severely. But when we are wrapped up with them, we're with somebody, we're trying to build a life with somebody who doesn't have our best interests at all, and they will do things to hurt you. So once you understand, you can't go back. Once you understand narcissism, once you know what you're dealing with this, you have to move forward with better information, because if you don't, you're going to be hurt. You're not going to avoid pain when you're with a narcissist. That's how it's going to be, and that sucks, and it's horrible. And I'm telling you now, it does get better. But it could be so much easier if, as you move forward, you're considering these things now. You're doing what's best for you. You're not letting the narcissist control your emotions anymore. That's what they do. They're like a vampire. They just take from you. They take all your emotion from you. They hurt you in the worst possible ways. That's what a narcissist is going to do. And the thing is when you're making these decisions, when you're trying to think about these decisions, you have to go from, okay, this is my spouse, to, all right, just for now, I'm not saying you have to get divorced, you don't have to do anything like that, but you need to think about yourself, because the things that narcissists can do, the things that I have heard, you guys, I have heard from so many people tell me so many stories of things that happened to them. And I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. You would not know, you wouldn't believe this if you knew me, if you saw where I lived, if you saw the life I had. My ex was making 6 figures. He had a good job. We had a nice house, everything. We had good, quote unquote, good families. Everything was supposed to be well. We looked like we were on the up and up. The truth is that my ex was gambling compulsively, and I lost my house. Not just that, my husband, because remember, you're married, so it's not just his or hers, it's yours, put me in $100,000 of credit card debt, and we lost the house. I had no idea I was in this type of financial struggle. I had no idea. There was a day my husband actually said to me, I have $25. So here's my husband, right? We're living in this nice house. We're in a nice neighborhood. He's 6-figure salary. And we had $25 to feed our kids. This is the type of thing. This is the road. Now, I'm not saying that will happen to you, and I hope it doesn't. But you don't know the narcissist, so you don't know what they're capable of. That's the other thing to understand. They don't change. You don't know them. They could hurt you they could be hurting you right now. You don't know what the narcissist is doing. There are so many things I found out that my ex was doing. And the thing is, I think about this now sometimes too. I'm like, I wonder what I never knew. Because it's not possible that I would have caught him in every single lie. Every single wrong thing I would have understood. So God knows what I missed. But I'm telling you, he hurt me severely financially. So something I recommend to everybody is that you have access to cash. Whether it's credit cards, cash, gift cards, I guess you have access to money, that you have something. You don't want to be in this position, because the thing with a narcissist, it happens, the big event, if there's going to be a big event, it's going to happen out of the blue. My big event, one night, my ex, towards the end, he stopped coming home. My big event was that one night, I got woken up in the middle of the night by the police because my ex was outside my house with a loaded gun, dead drunk. You don't know what this person is capable. I'm not saying that this person will be as crazy as mine was, but you don't know. So as you're making decisions, you need to consider that they could be extremely dangerous, that they could be hurting you financially in every way, that they could become physical. You don't know this person. I'm not trying to make people all paranoid or terrified, but what I'm trying to do in today's video is tell you what you're dealing with. If you're with a narcissist, please understand the type of thing that this person could possibly be capable of. Because if there's, just like when we're believing that, you have this 1% chance, like, yes, if they're going to change, I have 1% change, it's going to be me, or if you're somebody that says stuff like, well, I can't win the lottery if I don't play. Like, I understand that. Don't play the odds when you're dealing with something that could really be hurting you. If this person ends up not being a narcissist, if they don't hurt you financially, if they don't do these things, awesome, great. I hope they don't. But as you move forward, as you make decisions with the understanding that you are with a narcissist, please remember what you're dealing with, not who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with. It sucks. It sucks going through this. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't, but I do want to tell you this. There is light at the other side. There really is a life waiting for you, no matter what you choose. But for today, all you need to do is start considering what could really be going on with this person you're with. If they are a narcissist, nothing good is going to happen, and you have to hold out for yourself and for your kids. You have to do the right thing, as painful as it is. But for now, just understand, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with somebody that isn't going to change, but I can. I don't know them. I have to take precautions. Start with this, and I guarantee you, you will be in a better position than a lot of us end up being in. Thank you for listening to this. I hope it helps somebody. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I will talk to you guys again next week, and hope everybody has a great day.